And a big welcome back to Everyman Driver. I am your host, Dave Erickson. So glad you're watching. This week, I am proud to introduce to you one of the very first detailed driving reviews of the 2014 Honda Accord sedan. This vehicle went on sale about 4 weeks ago here in late August of 2013 and comes in a variety of trim levels. You have 8 with the sedan and 4 with the coupe. This week, I've had the pleasure of driving the EXL with navigation. All right, let's kick things off now by taking a look at Honda's award-winning Earth Dreams technology powertrain. Under the hood of my EXL is a 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder engine mated to a CVT, which produces a solid and responsive 185 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque. And normally I'm not impressed with the power of a 4-cylinder, especially when a CVT is involved, but thanks to Honda's Earth Dreams technology, this engine, in my opinion, delivers above its punching weight. As far as fuel economy, excellent. 27 city and 36 highway is projected for 2014. This week I've been averaging in mixed driving in the upper 20s. I'm very happy with that. By the way, regular unleaded gasoline. All right, let's talk ride and handling. First of all, the Accord is quiet and responsive on city streets. Always a plus when the stress of stop-and-go traffic and impatient horn-honking morons can sometimes get the best of you. I found the Accord very composed and smooth on the highway, which is what I look for in a sedan, and this electric power steering has just the right amount of weight behind it. And while most of you won't be ripping around corners, I have, all in the name of automotive journalism, and I was more than happy with the results. I'm going to come to a stop here and talk about this next section here. One area that continues to concern me is this center stack. While I appreciate its ergonomically minded design and this deep-set navigation screen, which keeps the sun out, the climate and audio interface and layout is a bit confusing. Essentially, you have 4 tiers of information to work with, which in my opinion is 1 tier too many. I really wish Honda would consolidate some of this, but obviously it's not keeping consumers from making this the most popular mid-size passenger car in America. Other than that, I really do like this instrument panel. Everything is where it should be. I like the steering wheel mounted controls. And one of my favorite features is a camera mounted on the passenger side mirror. When you hit the turn signal indicator to go right, that camera shows up right here in the center stack. Let's take a look at some real-world legroom and headroom in the back of the EXL. And first of all, this is super comfortable. I love this leather interior trim. Here's how much legroom I have between my knees and the back of the seat. This was my position as a driver. I'm 5'11", and there is tons of room back here. There's even a space in the back of the driver's seat and the passenger seat to store some magazines or other supplies. Headroom is good. Honda has this indent right here in the roof line, which makes more room for my head. Again, 5'11". If I was 6'1", I'd probably have some problems right here, but the way they have this design, it works out just fine. There are 4 O-blank handles all the way around. There is this sliding sunroof, brings in more light in here, and cup holders in both the side passenger doors, and in this fold-down armrest, another pair of cup holders. So this is a very comfortable place to be back here, more than enough for 2 full-size adults, and probably a good third. Yep. I'd say no problem with a third adult back here. We'll be shoulder to shoulder, but still fairly comfortable. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the cargo room and trunk space. You have three ways to open the trunk lid of the 2014 Honda Accord. There is a pull lever along the floorboard next to the driver. There's a button here in the key fob. Press and hold that, it'll come up. Otherwise, there's one more button just below the ledge here in the trunk lid. Press that and up it comes. Now this is a pretty wide opening and very deep. It's about 15.5 cubic feet of volume back here for storage. And just below the floorboard is a place for not only a spare tire, but also for a jack kit. So you have all that there just in case. As I mentioned earlier, this is one of the very first detailed driving reviews of this vehicle. In fact, it has less than 400 miles on the car. It is so new, there's still plastic around this pull lever. You pull this and the back row seats folds down to give you even more room. Now I have brought with me my handy dandy 30-gallon storage container to give you some perspective on how much room is 15.5 cubic feet. So here it is. That's how big it is. And does it slide in? Well, yes, it will slide in. I'm going to maneuver it around a little bit here, and you can see how far back I can slide it. I can still get some groceries back here if I need to, or some small pieces of luggage. One note of caution, which happens to be the case in many of these vehicles, the elbow joints here, if you get the container too close to it, it will not go down. So just center up your container and you'll have no problem closing the lid. The beginning MSRP here in the 2014 Honda Accord is around $22,000. The EXL trim level begins around 28 grand, and my tester here, which comes in this beautiful obsidian blue pearl color, also has navigation, so what you see right here is just over $30,000. As I mentioned earlier, the 2014 Honda Accord comes in a dozen trim levels, all with different price points and options, but for my money, a new Accord is always a smart buy. It is worth a look and a test drive. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson with Everyman Driver. Thanks for watching.